Hit that like button. You know there's a like button. You need to hit that like button now. Here we introduce the lady who don't have no boundaries, no standards, and no expectations. Here she go.
Okay, you was on my show before?
Yes, and it's so horrible.
What happened?
It's a man preying on women from your show.
He's a man from my, was he on my
No,
show?
he's contacting women who comes on your show,
Okay.
and he's preying on them. And I just so happen to be one of his victims.
So tell me what he did.
Okay.
Y'all see how she described herself as one of his victims. No accountability for the fucked up choices that she made that brought about this situation at all. She's gonna blame him for everything. Not one bit. I didn't hear one bit in that statement that said anything about her taking accountability for the bullshit and for her in the situation she had. Let's listen.
He lied about from the time I talked to him to the time I found out the truth. He lied. Like, he lied about everything. The story's so long. I've been emailing you, trying to tell you the story. I got the police involved.
Wait, so start from the top. Start from the top.
Okay.
Y'all see? Kendra messy too. That's why we listening to this bullshit. Kendra messy too, y'all.
So
I'm
first,
so
when did you come on my show?
April.
Of this
I
year?
don't have. Yes, I will.
Listen now. Listen to the time frame. Right now it's June, April, May, June. Okay, she said she came on there April. April, May, June. It's less than 2 months that she has been on Kendra's show. 2 months. All within the last 2 months, this bullshit happened.
I'll have to go back and see.
Okay,
So I
so
basically
April,
told
so
you.
this happened within the last 3 months or so.
Yes. The situation just like evolved. Like, I just found out he was lying about everything recent. Like, this is so it's
Wait,
very
what's your name again, honey?
Truck Lady T.
Okay, but let's just start from the top so we can make sure we follow along the story. So you
Okay.
come on the show, and did he DM you?
He sent me a DM. At first, I wasn't a highlight, but I still got people sending me messages. So one day I was working and I responded to his messages. And then I gave him a phone number or whatever, but it wasn't my phone number. It was an app number. So we started talking. We was talking every day. Now, based off the information that he gave me, I'm like, okay, this man seemed like he's a nice individual. And we met up in Miami.
AKA, he was snowing her, y'all. AKA, he was running that script on her, y'all. AKA, she don't have no discernment because she should have caught on somehow, some way. But then again, he ran the script. See, some people run the script so tough. But then you got bobbleheads like her out here desperate. And this is what you call desperate. Out here desperate that they'll believe anything you say. He had a clear road.
Based off of the things he was telling me or whatever. But it comes to find out everything this man told me.
Well, what did he tell you, Truck Lady?
He told me he's a lawyer for Young Thug. He's a lawyer at all. He told me he had 5 siblings. He told me that he had like Airbnb businesses. He had a restaurant. He told me anything that you could think of, this man told me.
And you believed it all?
No, I believe okay.
Yep. Because she wanted to believe it. She wanted to believe she hit the jackpot. That's what she wanted to believe. She wanted to believe that she hit the jackpot. That actual millionaires watch this show took one look at her bubblehead ass and said, oh yeah, you the one I want. You the one I'm a wife up. You the one I'm going to tell the truth to. She is one of those females who don't think when somebody lies because somebody done told her so long and so hard because she got light skin, because she had light-skinned, bright-skinned chick that she look good and now she believe it. So anybody tell her anything, she's believing it. Now you know damn well we ain't believing nobody who gonna tell us they a lawyer, they own restaurants, they own businesses, they own Airbnbs, they own this, that, and the other. They got thin, they got 10-inch dick. She believed all that shit. Oh, wait a minute, hold up. I didn't believe everything. Yes, you did. You just don't want to look bad. We know you believed him. Because otherwise this shit would have never went where it went. And this is, she said April, May, June. It's June right now. So 2.5 months. I give her 2.5 months. I give you 3 months. I give you 3 months. And he still played you like your name was Stanley.
Sort of down the line, I started getting skeptical because anytime I would say somebody's name, he like, oh, I know them. I'm like, in the back of my, I'm like, you know, like, why is it every time I say somebody's name, you know them? And you throwing out big names. So it's like, I know people, but I'm not going to tell you who the hell I know because it's irrelevant. Why are you telling me this? So he started throwing out names. Now, before I started speculating that he was lying, he gave me a ring.
What kind of ring?
An engagement ring.
He proposed to you?
Yes.
And you said yes?
Yeah.
Why did you say yes?
Of course she said yeah. Look at the forehead. All that air up there. Of course she said yes. Anybody who gets engaged before 6 months to a year, you got bobblehead for brains. Because 9 times out of 10 is not going to last. But she accepted his ring. Because she believed him when he said he owned B&Bs, he owned restaurants, he owned this, that, and the third. He was a lawyer. She believed all of that. And straight off the bat, anybody who believes a lawyer without checking their pockets first is an idiot.
No, because the way that I've always imagined it is like, okay, I'm like, I want to be married, I want to have kids, and I don't really have a time frame on it. So it's like, I don't have a problem.
But wait a minute. You just told me that you didn't believe.
This was after. This all this.
Well,
I found
okay,
all this after.
when did he propose? Because you came on the show in April, and now we're in June. So when did he propose?
I would say like 3 weeks ago.
So 3 weeks ago, he got on one knee and asked you to be his wife.
Yeah. So
and how many times had you seen him in person before 3 weeks ago?
But 4 times. And I was at his house for 2 weeks consecutive. Like,
okay, so at this moment, y'all got into a committed relationship.
Yes.
This motherfucker must have threw that D on her real good. She at his house 2 weeks consecutive. He must have threw it on her real good. I'm gonna take care of you. You take care of me. Got him a nice house, nice place. And see, look. There are some men and women out here who can front like they got money. But behind the scenes, they ain't paying no bills. They ain't doing nothing. They moving out every 2 months. They getting kicked out every 2 months. They ain't paying no bills. They got bad credit. He was probably living high off the hog for them 2 weeks with her. She thinking he all that in a bag of chips. She accepting his engagement ring because she looking around saying, oh, he lives so nice, he lives so good, he taking care of me, he paying for everything. He a bandit. That's why you don't get involved with him until you done tried and tested him a little bit. And you damn sure don't move in with him. You damn sure don't take no engagement ring from him. He had her snowed. Well, maybe he didn't need to snow her because she seemed like she a semi.
And where did he live?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay. So you stayed at his house for 2 weeks in Pennsylvania.
Yes. My son, how I found out he lied about everything is my son called me and he was like, I want to come home. He was with his father. So I catch a flight to go pick up my son. But when I pick up my son is sick. So I'm like, I'm going to stay home. I live in Michigan. I'm like, I'm going to stay home and I'm going to nurse my son back, healthy. But as soon as I pick up my son, he like, hey, Mom, I want to go to my grandma's house. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to let you go once you get better. But I tell him, I'm like, hey, I'm going to make sure my son is good before I come back out there. Now, the plan was for me to get my son and go back out there. I met his daughter. He met my son. I met his sister.
At this moment, are you guys engaged? This is 3 weeks ago.
Right now, no.
Okay, so when this happened, you wasn't engaged yet?
Yes, we was. When this happened, we was.
Okay, so this is within the last 3 weeks. So when did this happen?
No, this happened in the last week.
Last week, okay.
At me finding
so you're engaged, you go home to take care of your son, okay.
So I go there to take care of my son or whatever. So this Thursday, I left Wednesday, Thursday. I'm at home Thursday. And ever since I get home, it's like, well, when I get home and I tell him that, it's like he was trying to get me back there. But I'm like, no, I got to take care of my son. I got to make sure my son is good. Then, whatever. But ever since Thursday, okay, I'm at home Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Every day I'm home, we getting into it. And I don't understand why. And some of the things are coming to light, like this man stole money from me.
How do you get access to steal money from you?
How do you get into it with somebody? Somebody please explain to me, how do you get into it with somebody? Because I ain't getting into it with nobody. I ain't got no smoking relationships. I'm docile in relationships. I'm so motherfucking docile that you don't even know I got an issue until you see the bags being thrown into the back of my car. Heathen Queen, where you going? Boy, bye. I ain't finna argue with you about nothing. We finna get into it. We ain't gonna get into it. We only got to get into it one time. And I'll be adios muchachos. See, half of y'all don't know how to walk on the first disrespect. On the first disrespect. Not the second, not the third. No explanation. I don't need no explanation. But here go Goofy. She need an explanation. Let's see what it was.
When we went to Miami.
Okay.
This was like we went to Miami and he had my credit. I didn't know he had.
How did you get your credit card?
I just left like my stuff in my purse, like around. I had several purses, so I just leave my purse there and just take another purse and while we around Miami.
So okay, this was the first time you met him?
No.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever.
So you're saying, so in the last week, you learned that when y'all were in Miami, he stole your credit card?
He stole my credit card. He ran my credit.
So he stole your credit card the first time you met him and ran that bugger up. Ran it up. Woo! Ran it up. See, Heathen Queen got over like 50 credit cards. I ain't leaving it around nobody. There's safeguards on these kind of things. You're supposed to have safeguards on these kind of things. And you just met this man and you got your credit cards out there. You should have put stuff in place just in case this happened. You was wide open. She was wide open. And that man ran straight through her end zone. Make it make sense.
Credit card up. I found out he was lying. I found that he didn't have all the siblings that he said he had. I found out he didn't go to law school. I found out that he's actually an accountant and he's using his clients' accounts to try to fund his lifestyle. It's a lie.
Truck lady, real quick. When did you find out? I want to talk about the credit card situation. How did you find out he stole your credit card?
Because I asked him about it and I'm like, why, what's going on? He like, well, I'm gonna pay you back or whatever. I'm like, well,
pause, you're skipping. No, I need clear details.
Okay.
Did you see did you see a charge?
Yes, I seen charges.
Okay, so when did you see the charge that you didn't expect?
I seen charges I want to say a week ago. So,
so the charges happened a week ago.
no, I seen the charges. Like I got like I got 6 cards, and I don't always check my app.
So when did he make those charges?
He made those charges when we was in Miami.
And when was you in Miami?
We was in Miami. Hold on, let me check my phone. We was in Miami.
How do you not know where you been? How do you not know where you have been? I mean, wouldn't that be... You see all the red flags in this? She got a kid. She running all over the planet with this bandit. He told her he a lawyer, he owned properties, he owned B&Bs, he owned restaurant. She believe it. This fool get on his knee and propose. She's so damn arrogant, she can't understand. He ain't lying to me. He wouldn't lie to me. I'm so fine, of course. I'm so fine that he would propose to me 2 weeks in. I'm just that bad. She done gave her body to him, then gave her money to him, then gave her credit cards to him. The children done met, and she just met this man in April. It's June.
I want to say the 17th of May. I'm not exactly sure. I have to go back on that one.
So the 17th of May. So that's like a month after you being on my show.
Yeah. So we went to Miami or whatever, and why is this like this? Okay.
So at this time you hadn't known him that long. How many times have y'all met in person? If you were on my show in April and Miami 17th, you were together.
We met once. I want to say once.
So you met once.
That, yeah, because he also came to Dallas, and yeah, then we was in Pennsylvania. We were supposed to take another trip, but I found all this information out.
But wait, you supposed to take another trip when?
We were supposed to take another trip last week.
Okay, before we get there, I'm gonna get to present time. I'm just trying to follow your timeline. So you come on my show. Someone told me April 12th you were on my show. Then and then a month later, like May 17th. So y'all must have started talking fast.
Yeah, we did. Like when I say after I messaged him, we was talking every single day. Like because I don't. At the time I came on your show, I was talking to one person, but it wasn't nothing serious. So once I started talking to him and we started talking about, what you want and what you looking for, and because I made it known, like I want to be married, I want something serious. And we made it known, like, what I was looking for. It was like we were just talking every day. We got down to what you want, what's your beliefs, what's your background, covered all that. So based on what he was saying, I'm like, okay, well, you seem like a nice person. We said to me or whatever. But after the trip, not after the trip. After I came home for my son, that's when things started coming to light. Like things started coming to light. Like, he was lying about everything. I got in contact. I met his sister when I was in Pennsylvania. But
see, she looked like she one of those females that turn up on you, act up. She said we was getting into it. There shouldn't be no getting into nothing. He ain't even worth the damn phone call that you making. You just met him. He pretended to be a lawyer. He really ain't no lawyer. He's an accountant. He's a thief. He took your money. And now you burnt up because you approved of the whatever charges he did because you left your cards unchecked, uncared for. Why you got those kind of cards with you and you don't need that kind of... So you need is a card that's worth $2,000 if you going to Miami, and that's it. And the rest in cash. You goofy on that front. You let somebody have access to all your money, all your belongings. Now you in debt. You was arrogant enough to believe somebody would propose to you 3 weeks in. You still sleeping with him at his house, acting a fool, act like you ain't got no kids, no responsibilities, no nothing. Sometimes y'all deserve what y'all get because you're too stupid to be out on your own. Half of y'all need a license to date. Half of y'all need a license to have kids. This is the kind of shit or cautionary tale nobody should be telling. He took my money and my body, and he proposed and gave me a ring, and I found out he was a bandit. I found out he was a liar. I found out that he was lying about everything he said. But ma'am, you started dating him within 2 weeks. You were over his house sleeping with him, staying with him for 2 weeks in a row, consistently. Ain't that what you said? Yes, it is. Okay, then you dumb. And you need to get your ass up off here, because you definitely don't need to be out here dating. Don't nobody need to be dealing with you. See, some of these people so toxic. Look, some of y'all can't handle no relationships. Some of y'all don't deserve to be in relationships that are plentiful. But you know what? Sometimes y'all end up getting them. Some of y'all get more choices than a little. Some of y'all get more bites at the apple than the rest of us. But that don't mean you ain't stupid.